Wayne, and this is my wife, Barbara, and I just want to share an experience that we had when we finally got our lifelong dream, our 50th wedding anniversary. We finally got to travel abroad. And me being the guy watching the budget, I'm like, baby, don't worry about it. I got this. We don't need to hire somebody. We're going on a trip. How big is that? Some plane tickets, no big deal. We got this. But luckily and thankfully, my lovely wife here, Barbara, talked me into, honey, hire a professional, let it get done. So, against her encouragement, with her encouragement, we decided to hire Claudine with Paradigm Travel, and I'm so thankful we did, because we finally got our dream vacation. We're in Japan, saving for 50 years to finally go. We got the luxury suite in the Hilton. We're overlooking the ocean. It's beautiful. It's everything we've been wanting and dreaming for. We're not there 2 days. She falls ill. We find ourselves in the hospital in Japan, cannot speak the language. We cannot communicate with the doctors. Everything is just chaotic. It's your worst nightmare in the middle of your dream vacation. And the only person that I knew that I could reach out to in this time was Claudine with Paradigm Travel, and I called, and we're just frantic. She was able to calm us down. From the other side of the world, she's able to calm me down. And we go out for another test. We're gone 30, 45 minutes for the test. Sterile, icky hospital rooms. We come back from the test, and the sterile hospital room that we left was transformed back into the suite from the Hilton.
Mm-hmm. They brought flowers and everything. It was gorgeous.
Right, and they had your orchids, or
yes.
your favorite. They had the fresh flowers. They had the drinks.
They even brought the linens. They had made the bed up again with the linens from the hospital, the fluffy pillows and everything.
And even the little mints on the pillow. I didn't tell you about that, but I ate yours. But it was like 30 minutes for a test. I'm back, and we're back in our luxury hotel room, and just the smile on her face, put the smile in my heart, and just you could see the healing start to begin just because of that love and compassion. So I'm so thankful that you talked me into letting a professional handle our stuff professionally, and we could not have done it without Claudine from Paradigm Travel.
Because here at Paradigm Travel, we treat you like family because you are family.
So my name's Scott. I've got a friend of mine, Chris, and we were talking at a backyard barbecue a couple weeks ago. Now the thing about Chris is he's got a young wife, Hannah, and they've got a very small family. They've got a young 4-year-old, and they've been living in an apartment for a number of years, and it's getting kind of tough because they're about ready to have their second child. In fact, his wife's Hannah's about 8 months pregnant. And unfortunately, because of the way the market is, a lot of the rental rates are going up and their rents are about to increase quite a bit. So I was talking to Chris, and he had mentioned that, their rental rates were about to go up, and he was really concerned about how they were going to make it. So I asked him if he had considered purchasing a house. He's like, no, that's a number of years off. And I mentioned to him that I had a friend of mine from First National Bank Mortgage, Brent Aldridge, and I said, just sit down and talk with Brent and see what's possible. So Chris and Hannah went and talked to Brent, and they were concerned because they didn't have a whole lot of money for a down payment. Their rent's about to bump up. They're getting very close to having another child. Their space is not going to meet their needs. And Brent has been talking with them and working wonders. They sat down. They went over their financials. They went ahead and talked about what the different options were available. And they were really concerned because they didn't have enough money for a down payment. And Brent's been really working hard to go ahead and take a look at what some of the other options are out there. And he just happened to find a first-time homebuyers program that would work out perfect for him. And so not only do they have the opportunity to go ahead and move out of the apartment, but they have a real chance to go ahead and start a new life with their own home. They've got a new child that's about to be on the way, and so they met with Brent. They were really concerned. They didn't have enough money for the down payment. Brent came up with this program, and the fantastic thing about it was they were approved. And so the day that Brent came with them with the keys to their new home was actually the day that Hannah's water broke. And so the really nice thing about it was when they came home from the hospital, instead of coming home to the apartment, they're actually able to come to their own home.
This time last year, I was in the country of Moldova, and I had the pleasure of meeting this young lady who had the most charming smile. Such a beautiful 19-year-old that was wheelchair bound. As her story unfolded, as I learned more and more from the people there that were trying to help her, she's an orphan, from one of the orphanages that we serve. And I found out that there are no places for Felicia to go after she leaves the orphanage. They have no homes for that. If the state takes over, then it'll be a bad ending for her. And the pastor from her church was just crushed by this situation. He said, please, can you help? What can we do? So there's Facebook. And I wrote a little article about how Felicia needs your help. And there's one fantastic soul from Mansfield who said, I got that. I got that. Tell me what it is, and I'll take care of it. And so now we found out that there are 6 more in that same situation that need some help. And we have come down to the numbers and know that it costs $100 a month for each one of those children. And we've created another division in Allies that helps special needs orphans in these countries that we serve. So instead of on Facebook, I'm asking you, what can you do? Can we put together some of you in here that would have compassion enough to help out in any way that you can? Would you be willing to drink a cup of coffee and talk to us a little bit and see what we can work out? These kids, they're desperate. They're desperate. And they need your help.
So there's a room full of family and friends gathered together. The scene is of a 70-year-old man and a measuring tape gently going down the side of his pants on his tux. He gently ties his bow. Next, you see a measuring tape going down the arm of a lacy, billowy white dress. We see a video of a young flower girl throwing rose petals, and then a young woman sitting in the audience, remarkably looks just like the little girl in the video. She's holding a daughter and smiling. Champagne bubbling in the glasses and the celebration of 50 years of life together. The couple enters the room together like they had done 50 years before. The video of their wedding and birthdays and graduations all culminated to celebrate a life that they had built together, with everyone there to celebrate it with them. Tailor-made, documenting and preserving life's most precious journey.
So we're going to tell you how we would do our commercial if we're asked to do that today. And I'm sorry, Chris, that I'm on the other side from our charity. But we're talking about art. And the commercial is going to be like this. We will see their family with a lot of like smiles and hugs, embracing each other, mother's daughter, dad, there, and you see the picture on the wall behind them. And it can be any picture that you can imagine. We will do it very generic. Can be flowers, can be landscape or something. And then the next thing is going to be the hurricane, Katrina. Yes, but it can be also any tornado in Texas, Dallas, so whatever you can imagine. So we can't insure everything. So we can insure the house, we can insure our diamonds, but we can't insure something that actually happened there. And we would see the debris after that Katrina, and ruined furniture, and also that dirty picture that was on the wall behind the family. It's kind of among the debris, and the tears of people. So you've seen that. It's actually, we've seen that from the stories, and people are trying to comfort each other, because at this moment, everyone is going to continue with whatever he or she has inside of her or him. And very often, it's something that you can do, for example, or you want to try to do. And we will show how people are, group of women and some girls and they're drawing something. So they are drawing, they're painting. And as the result, as the end of the commercial or whatever video is, that's not going to be, and we will show how they draw the picture that was on the wall, right? That we think flower or landscape, and they're trying and they're drawing, but the result, the end is going to be the picture of people actually hugging, the family hugging with that picture on the wall. And we are advertising Paint with the Twist.